I've made it to the Chilean side of Patagonia. Isn't the view amazing? Here the wind is very strong, the sun is very strong, the rain is very strong, and every 5 minutes the weather changes. It's absolutely crazy. What I'd like to do is take you to the Torres Del Paine park. It's right over there.
Wait a minute! We're going where?
The boat I'm taking to Antarctica is actually departing from Punta Arenas in Chile, so I need to jump on a bus to get there.
A bus? Not again!
Yes, we need to cross over the border. It's a 13-hour trip, but honestly, it goes very fast. I still have a few more days, so I've decided to explore one of the most beautiful hikes in the world. Come on, lucky bear! One more bus to go.
Welcome to Chilean Patagonia. I've read online that some of the most beautiful hikes in the world can be experienced in the Torres del Paine National Park. It's about 2 hours away from Puerto Natales. You can see it over there, over my shoulder. I was so curious to go hike the mountains, and since I have a few more days before I board the ship to Antarctica, I've decided to come and explore. So here we are!
There are several ways to experience the park. The most talked about hike is the famous W circuit. When I looked it up online, the trip was over $2,000, which included a self-guided map, camping gear, and 3 nights in a shelter. That seemed excessive for 5 days, so I'm taking another route. I'll be staying in Puerto Natales, and will be traveling for about 2 hours each morning to get to the park entrance. I only have 2 days. To see as much as I can, I've booked an organized tour that will drive me to the best panoramas on day 1. Then on day 2, I will do one of the most iconic hikes. It's a 7 to 10 hours walk to the base of the towers. I know the park is best experienced by foot, but since I don't have much time, I'm happy with my choice. I will get to cover lots of territory and will still do one hike. The organized bus tour is fun. I'm excited to see the park for the first time. Wow! We stop at gorgeous lookouts. And there's lots of wind! I'm having trouble standing up. The park is a paradise of imposing massifs, virgin forests, and blue-green lakes. This exceptional geography is draped in strong gusts of wind and indigo-painted skies. You can see why the park is recognized as one of the most beautiful places on the planet. There are also guanacos roaming around in the vast plains of the park. The bus drops us at Lake Grey for a 1-hour hike, passing through a native lenga forest and reaching the beach of Grey Glacier. Here the mountain range, the sand and the floating icebergs merge into a curious landscape. It's another planet. So I sit quietly by the milky water and admire this frozen enchantment. Would Antarctica look like that? I cannot believe I am only a few days away from embarking the ship. The bus tour takes a good 6 hours and covers the must-see places around the park. On the way back to Puerto Natales, we also stop at the Milodon cave. Here's what a prehistoric Milodon looks like. It was a very large herbivore, somewhat resembling a big bear. It disappeared 5,000 years ago. Besides Milodon remains, researchers have found elements of human habitat, fire rocks and tools from 6000 BC. Can you imagine the Earth back then? Over 6,000 years ago? Our prehistoric ancestors came here to hide from the weather and wild animals. The next morning, I am ready to hit the park again. This time, I'm on my way to the base of the Torres. Shrouded in clouds and mountain fog, the Torres are park's most emblematic view. Those towers are the 3 granite peaks feared and respected by the Tehuelches, the nomads who inhabited those lands. Torres means towers, and Paine means blue in the native Tehuelche language. Yeah, so many shades of blue. I've booked a guided tour with Fernando and a group of 15 hikers. Although the trail is supposed to be well marked, it's also a good 17 kilometers or 11 miles long, with unpredictable weather. To be on the safe side and not risk getting lost in the fog, I decided to go up with the group and have access to Fernando's radio for emergencies. We start the hike up into the Valle of Ascencio. Wow! Look at those colors! Vivid red and evergreen. This plant is commonly known as a Chilean fire tree and is another emblem of the park. The landscape changes without notice. It goes from a sensual forest to rocky steep trails to vast plains. The route is absolutely gorgeous. Let's walk for a bit on the trail. We make a quick stop for lunch at a lovely picnic spot. I've packed an avocado sandwich and enjoy the stunning views. After the break, we are ready to hit the trail again. This time, we enter a beautiful lenga forest. Okay, it may not look like it, but the trail is uphill and we're starting to get tired. I have no idea why the hell I have this song in my head. But Rodrigo, if you haven't watched this video, this one is for you. We are the world. We are the children. Ta-dum, ta-dum, ta-da-da-da-da. I think we're approaching. I think we're almost there. It's been 4 hours climbing up. Filming is a little bit difficult. The wind is so strong. I mean, walking is difficult. When you're my size, you can get carried away by the wind. The view looks absolutely gorgeous even from here. I just met some people who said, you're almost there. But I can't believe it looking at the summit. Looks like I'm pretty far. And hopefully I won't fall off the mountain with all of this wind. Come on. Come on. Come on. Almost there. Here's the big boulder I was told I'll see. I think the summit is really, really, really near. Oh, this is so cool. I'm so excited. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So worth climbing 4 hours to see this. Last leg of the hike. Are you ready for the big reveal? Ta-da! One more time. Ta-da! The pictures online don't do justice to the majesty of the towers and the pristine landscape that stands before us. So I sit on a rock with my eyes glued to the towers. What a feeling being in this unique place in the world. So glad we got to see the Torres. 15 minutes after we left, the fog came out of nowhere and covered the mountain. The view just disappeared. In Torres Del Paine, it's possible to experience all 4 seasons in one day. You need to be prepared for the strong winds, blazing sun, sudden rain, and even snow. You can witness impressive avalanches and experience the abrupt contrast between the green forest and the hanging glacier. The immensity of nature reaches incredible levels here. No doubt, this park is unforgettable, unpredictable, and majestic. On the way back, one of our travel buddies fell and cut his arm. Fernando's radio came in handy to get our friend off the mountain. So please be careful. The winds can be very strong, and it gets really slippery downhill after the rain. But as long as you take it slow, it is a fabulous, gorgeous, and amazing walk. I feel grateful for making it to the base of the towers. Although it's not an impossible hike, it's still a challenging one. Feels like this entire trip to Patagonia has given me much personal satisfaction and internal growth. I feel lucky I got to experience some of the most beautiful landscapes on our planet. Next up, we're going back to Puerto Natales. The town is absolutely fabulous. You should definitely see this place.